Has the gaming industry officially given up? In 2025, the gaming market is $1 billion industry, with revenue spawning from the largest amount of international gamers unlike any time before. Why? Games have gotten bigger, games have gotten brighter, but have games gotten better? On our path to find out these questions, I sat down with former Rovio and Ubisoft game artist Ivan to discuss his career in the gaming space, in which he provided me with details I could have expected. Let's tune in. In 2025, consoles wise, right? PC wise, everything is about specs. Everything is about graphics. And I ask you that question because I feel like where everyone is gaining specs, everyone is gaining graphics, narratives are being lost. Stories are being lost in that process. I am talking about myself personally. Um, I love fantasy. I love role playing games. Those are my favorite, right? Sports is a good way for me to just be able to play something that I know I can continually go back to. Um, but when I look at a lot of those games, I always think to myself, hey, we've got the locations, we've got the backgrounds, but we're missing this part. And when you just kind of broke that down for me and said it's not exactly one answer, I think that it gives a lot of context that perhaps is not as I thought it was, that it was some kind of concept like, hey man, there's business guys overhead that are like, nope, you can't, you know what I mean? You can't be creative here. We just need to get the money and so on and so forth. So I think that there's a lot of hope in what you've just said and gives me a lot of like, okay, it's not like that. It's not as rough as I thought.
It is like that, and it's not like that. The
Oh,
thing is, we're
let
still
go.
in a business. We're
Got it.
still in a business,
Yeah.
and obviously, your title has to make money. And the thing is, we talk about big corporations that are usually kind of blamed for creating those kind of okay, let's use names. A lot of people blame Ubisoft for releasing one of the same game, just reskinning it. We talk about Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed here, and I actually like the series a lot. I loved the first games. I loved when they. I'm not necessarily a fan of the London thing, but the first one after
Mm,
that, the Origin, love that thing. Was very, even though the narrative was very simple there, but the
yeah.
setting and the work on that, you could feel like people invested their soul into this, in
Yeah.
the visuals. I think pretty much the same went with the Odyssey. Also good game. I mean,
Mm,
maybe a bit too. Well, the thing is, the Vikings are it's already some kind of a trademark. I think it's really hard to say, to make something that is very authentic in that regards, with the series and everything, and all the historical misconception that goes with that. So I think there's still value in those games, but the thing is, the big corporations, they are very much kind of are limited in the decision making. Their decision making process is very complicated because obviously the amount of the parties involved, the number of parties involved, and including that they have to pretty much for any financing prove that the project they're working on is 100% kind of a money back guaranteed and stuff like that, because they have a lot of people that invested in them, and they also have a responsibility. Just imagine you are a I don't know, like a direct like CEO of that like very large corporation. It's not only about the 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 games and stuff. And I
mm,
think nobody loves, even if you're a CEO, to let go people, because that, even like if you
yeah.
are absolutely senseless person, you still don't like the negative PR that comes with that. So they try actually to avoid this, but they obviously have to cut expenses when the shareholders
Right.
stump with the leg and with the foot or something like that. So it's a play, like you need to be like basically operate between your team, in front of which you are also kind of responsible to provide them, at least like if we talk about from Finnish perspective, Finnish law. But that here there is this kind of responsibility of a employer to make make it so that the project is very stable and they can support that team for a long term. And there's the target audience, which is very
Right.
hard
Right.
to kind of make a lot of people happy. You know, like you can make you definitely it's easy to make like 5 people happy, 10 people happy, even a few thousand people happy with the game you do. But if we're talking about the games that sell like millions and millions,
Mm,
at least you cannot expect that everybody will be 100% happy. Yeah, even those games that are I adore, there are people and some of my friends who hate them and just find them silly and stuff. So yeah, I think it's a very very complicated play, and I think the if we talk about anything today, I can always lead it to the fact that it has to be business. We have to make money because we live in a capitalistic socio-economical situation. So